It should be fine. Sarah, I made meatballs to look like dinosaur eggs.
I saw the snap. Was it a snap or did you send it to the chat?
No,
I sent it to the chat.
But Kristina made a snap about her dinosaur nachos. Did you see
Smells
that?
good.
No, I haven't looked at it. And I don't know where my phone is because I like ran inside, dropped everything, got the computer out of the bag, and was like,
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
We're live.
Ourselves, or are we like past that point now?
We're live.
Let me. Okay, I'm gonna send Andrew the correct one. Andrew, I'm really sorry.
and I'm gonna get some earphones because it's not.
Oh yeah,
Gotcha.
I forgot we did earphones last time. Let me get mine too.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got mine in.
Well,
'Cause
I've
I'm
got
on
mine
my
here,
phone.
but I've just been kind of like dawdling. I haven't put them on. I don't know why.
I'm just on my phone, so it makes more sense.
Right?
Sorry, I burped.
Whoa.
On this one too.
My bad, guys. My bad.
I can't click the link. Okay, sorry.
Did you find it?
I did. I found it. Now I'm gonna send the.
Ooh, what is that? Is that
And this is better because now my roommate can't hear.
I'm drinking.
Whoever ate this, whoever peed this ate a lot of oranges, so it's a tropical dinosaur. That's my dinosaur snack.
Oh, okay. So it's a tropical dinosaur's urine?
Yes.
Gotcha. I have a tiny dinosaur penis that I already started eating. Sorry. And my dino meatball eggs that are still cooking. I think they have about another 10 minutes, and then I'm going to turn it off. And I was going to make spaghetti and have that be the, like, nest, and then throw tomato sauce from crushed tomatoes on it and have that be the, like,
Trails.
Yeah, well, I made like nacho, like the nacho.
Dinochosaurus.
Nachos.
Tex-Mex.
But and I ate it, so it only exists in Snapchat now.
I
really
didn't
like
eat
that
any
shirt,
dinosaur
Kristina.
things, but I did buy Indy his dinosaur toy that he
love
really liked.
I love it. Oh.
Okay, but let me just start, and then when you start summarizing now. Okay, so nobody's watching anyway. But if you end up starting watching,
Andrew's watching, and he's upset that he kicked him out.
Andrew is totally not watching. He's not watching.
You know what, though?
I
That
sent
was
him the wrong
totally
link,
the
and then I
equivalent. No, that was totally the equivalent of a boy, like, running into the girls' locker room, though, because we all went, like,
Who is he?
you
What's
jerk.
happening? He's just in the
No
restaurant,
boys
like,
allowed. We should make a sign and put it behind all of us and be like, no boys allowed.
He's not what I
Wow.
pictured a fish merman person, though.
Okay, so I want to share this. How do I like share the thing?
What are you trying to
You
share?
had a link to YouTube last time, no?
Yeah, I did have the YouTube link, right?
Yeah.
Is that what worked?
Yeah. Yeah, because it like live streams it in the YouTube page. That's what it did last time.
Okay, you're totally right.
Okay, we're not
Yep.
live yet.
But
Yeah,
if
we
you-
totally are.
But okay, but Kristina, question: if you pause it right now, or you stop it right now, and start another one when we start from the beginning, do you have to set up a whole new thing? Because people are gonna not want to listen to our rambling.
On a fucking different channel then. Sitting in on both sides. Fucking deal with it. Okay, yeah, I think
Fast forward, fast to the audience. Fast forward.
I'll put it
10
on the
minutes.
description.
Yeah, they're already at this point. There's nothing for them to fast forward. You should have said that like 5 minutes ago.
Okay. Exactly. Look, I'll just read it in the description. I'll put it in the description what time we actually start talking. Okay, I shared the link.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
I got it. Andrea,
Yay.
then just text me. Just text me. And okay, so who are we? We're only lovers left in the library, and we read with Vaginal Fantasy, right? And this month was all about dinosaurs. I loved all the dinosaur love that was out there because Jurassic World was coming out. I love Jurassic World. Sorry, there was some bug.
Do you know mosquitoes are dinosaurs?
No.
Today, I watched Stuff You Should Know, Mosquitoes, and it was freaking scary.
They are, and they are also vampires. So just FYI, super appropriate for this book.
But
I love Stuff You Should Know. I love it.
have you...
All right, so
I'm sorry. I was going to talk
Nope.
about a tiger or mosquito, but it's okay. Go ahead.
okay, I'm gonna make a note. Got it. Okay, so wait, we actually read two things, or combined we read two things. We read Eternal Cravings by Nina Bangs.
Excellent name.
And then we also
Appropriate.
take a short story called Taken by the T-Rex, and that one's by Christy Sims. And
Not as great of a name.
yeah, we're gonna talk about Eternal Cravings live, and then we're gonna go off air to because that one's like triple X NC-17 rated. That one's serious stuff. So Tashay, so we read it. I lost a bet, and Andrea also read it, right? Sarah started it, but she wasn't able to finish it. So Tashay is going to. Sorry, guys. Give Sarah, it's cool. Give Sarah a recap of what happened in Eternal Cravings while I checked.
Okay.
What did Sarah read, though? Until what part did Sarah get?
Okay, Sarah got to the part where... Sarah got to the beginning, let's be real. They... what's her name? Jenna had just gone out with Al for the first time, and he went off into the woods and something happened to their car, and she discovered that this guy was like a vampire. This other guy was a vampire, and they went home. And at this point where I am right now is that the head dude, the head dino, he's explaining to Jenna what is the deal with them.
Okay.
But I did not.
You didn't get to the sexy parts. Well,
No.
sexy.
I didn't.
It's okay. You didn't miss much.
Okay.
I thought they were pretty epic. I mean, when
No. This was the sex scene. It's like, roar, I want you. Oh my gosh, you want me. Bang, bang, bang. Massive orgasm. Soul touching. Sex over.
he basically had the
Except
he did the meme that you say, like, the one where girls say, how do you expect me not to catch any feelings when you just fuck the shit out of me? So that's what he does. The first time around, he, like, screws the crap out of her, and, they, like, catch feelings, like, instantly. And so then the next time they get together, it's that they're making love. They, like, soul touch. But,
oh my god.
let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Okay, but here's the deal, and I think maybe this is why I'm not good at romance novels, and that's what I've learned. The lesson that I've learned from these books is I'm not good at them. And the reason is because every male character is the same. Like, it's always this inner dialogue in the male characters that I want to be with her, I don't want to be with her. I want to be near her, I don't want to be near her. God, I wish she'd go away. Man, I hope she stays. Make a decision.
That's perfect. All right, give me a quick 2 seconds. I'm going to turn the oven off, and then I'll come back and do the summary of the book. I'll be super fast. Sorry.
You're right, though, Sarah. Like, it's definitely like that, and I also... Well... Okay, here's the thing, though. Are we really reading the best representation of the romance genre?
That's what I thought.
Because I also feel like I'm maybe generalizing. Like, this is exactly what I expect romance novels to be, which is terrible. But then I feel like we're also reading the most terrible of the terrible.
No,
and maybe I shouldn't judge.
We are reading some of the I don't know if it's terrible, but we're reading not some of the best dinosaur romance, because there is some, I think there is one that I wanted to look it up because I wanted to share it to you because I know you love Jane Eyre.
There's a dinosaur Jane Eyre?
Yeah, let me look for it because I'm going to send you that link.
Okay.
Just the review of it.
But like I was reflecting in my inner self today, guys, and I'm thinking
You're reflecting in your inner self, Sarah?
Well, okay. Here's what it was. Okay, I was intra whatever. I don't know the
You were
word, but
being
anyway.
introspective.
I'm back.
Yes, and I was explaining to my boss at work what we were doing, like why we're reading these books. I mean, I was explaining to her what kind of books we were reading, and then I was telling her about the books, and she just kind of looked at me and she was like, "So, why are you reading bad books?"
Because Kristina made us.
Well, my argument is, why not? I don't see why not.
It's fun to bash them and talk about them.
Yeah, I don't like to particularly bash them, but I do. I mean, I didn't read any romance. And okay, I told this to Sarah when we were making the pancakes, when we were like washing the dishes, that I've read some amazing books. I've read some amazing books. We've read like I've read like 20-something books with vaginal fantasy, and there have just been like most of them have been like this, where it's just like, oh god. But there have been, like gems. Like I remember reading this guy Gabriel K book. The Lions of Al-Rasan, and it was like this sweeping historical kind of like fantasy, and it was so epic, romantic, and just that book blew me away. And so you need to sift through a lot of crap, but there is some good romance out there, and even if it's bad, I didn't enjoy reading this book. When I was reading, I was really irritated. But like I was telling the girls, I made like 3 friends explaining this book to other people. Like I realized I ended up enjoying it a lot more. I just had to let it go, suspend my disbelief, and just kind of go with it and like laugh. And so that's what I did. I don't know if romance isn't. I don't know. It's not perfect, but it's not all. I don't think it's all that bad.
Okay. Well, here's my question. Does this list end?
What list?
The book list that we're on, does it end?
No, it's like an ongoing thing, girl.
Yeah, it's an ongoing thing. I mean, yeah.
But there's no like stop with the smutty romance and move on to something else.
It's called vaginal fantasy.
Well, I understand that, but like maybe better.
We could conceivably create our own list of things to read, but we would all probably choose much longer, more complicated books, and it'd be harder to stick to a timeline. Whereas with this, it's like skim, penis, 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 skim, penis, penis.
I found the link. I found the title. It's called Jurassic Jane Eyre: The Dinosaur Turned Lesbian by Carrie Cicero. I read about it.
Cicero.
Smart Bitches Trashy Books. I'll send you guys a link to that. And
that's hilarious.
I mean, that is, you know.
Oh my gosh! Opening it now.
Also,
whoa! Did you see the cover of this book?
Yeah. It's a terrible copy, like terrible Photoshop. Just. I don't know if that helps.
Alright, I'll have to Google that.
So no, Sarah, I'm sorry, but you're not. I mean, next come around when you start your doctorates or whatever, like, you won't have a lot of time to read anyhow. So you'll just hear it secondhand from us, basically.
You'll get to enjoy.
Okay. I didn't mean to insult the list of books. Also,
oh no, it's a shitty list. It's bad.
Anybody from their
list.
group.
But I'll tell you that I've read some really good ones, and I could tell you that there are some really good books that we have read. It's just that starting with Mirror was just like.
No, and I finally finished Mirror the other day, and it was like, okay, I see you.
Oh my gosh, these reviews, guys, for the Jane Eyre book are fantastic. It's like, it made me laugh, it made me cry, it made me pee a little. The other one says, this is a brilliant study of the human-dino dichotomy. If the Brontes were ever transported to the Jurassic era, this would be that book.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of room to play around with. Like, don't knock too hard. There's wiggle room to actually.
You know what this has helped me realize though, that if I ever wanted to write a trashy romance novel, I legit could, and I would not use words like "oh my god" smushed together with an I as one word.
Okay.
And I would use correct punctuation, and I wouldn't like write things like badder or gooder.
Okay, Tashay, tell us what happens in Infernal Cravings. So
Okay.
so come out of the doubt.
All right.
You can start after what I just said.
All right. But for the people who, for the like 2 people who will watch this and don't know what the story's about,
Hey, our last one has 40 views, by the way.
Oh.
I mean, 20 of them might be every time we logged in to see how many views.
I read once that your views only get counted once. They count IP addresses.
Oh, well, great.
Boom. Okay, so Eternal Cravings. In a world where every man in Philadelphia is freakishly hot, Jenna What's-Her-Face goes to Philly to try to find her sister.
I'm sorry. Kristina's face is frozen on my computer like this.
It's because she got that radio voice down. I mean, that was sexy. That was good.
That's just the face Kristina makes when I narrate things.
You're a great narrator.
Is it good? Is it fixed?
Did I unfreeze?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Continue.
So, basically, Jenna, last name doesn't matter, goes to Philadelphia to try to find her sister, who has vanished from their family's inner circle. No one's heard from her. No one's really known what's going on with her. All they know is that she got married, and she's just gone. And she's living with her husband, who works for a mission, and he has a lot of money, and no one really knows what he looks like. So Jenna appears, and she shows up at this hard-to-imagine condo, because the more they describe it, you're excused, the more they describe it, the bigger this fucking condo is. It's
got a dome glass ceiling.
It's got a dome glass ceiling big enough for a dinosaur to be in. It's got a mattress floor that must have been dirty as shit, because if people are walking in the city and then walking up the stairs to go to... Sorry, there's a fire somewhere.
Hopefully not.
There's so many fires in this neighborhood.
People having sex on that mattress, and you know you can't clean a mattress that big.
Yeah, I don't know.
Keep going. Keep going.
Exactly.
And the mattress floor thing.
It's a mattress. It's a giant mattress floor, and everyone goes up there to think, but you know everyone's just jacking it because it's like skies and stars and sticky, sticky mattress. Wow. Okay. Something's going down, guys. Anyway, so Jenna shows up, and she's trying to convince her sister to come back home with her because she doesn't think whatever's happening in her life right now is safe. She hasn't heard anything about her. She's concerned that she has, like, Stockholm Syndrome or has been, brainwashed. And then she meets the 11. The 11 are the missionary group who are all 6'5", with long flowing hair or silky strands or short hair or buff bods, who dress impeccably or dress like shit but somehow still look incredibly hot regardless of what they wear.
Or have blonde spiked hair and a brother who looks exactly like him, and I'm picturing like a mullet.
And also, they all exude.
Right? I was picturing mullet too, because
silver hair, silver eyes, purple eyes. If I saw these people on the street, I'd be like,
magnetism, though. You can't forget about that. Like, you look at them and you want to bang them.
And everyone wants to bang them all the time. Why they didn't
went
decide...
to the roller yesterday. Like, just everybody... I mean, everyone, like, crazy colored hair.
Yeah.
And, just, like, very interesting looking people.
In my mind, I feel like they should have changed their cover story to their male escorts. No one would have questioned it once. No one would have wondered where all this money was coming from or why they had such weird hours. It would have been like, oh, you're all man prostitutes. Okay, cool, I get it. Makes total sense. Yeah. Good. And then it still would have been weird that the sister disappeared, whatever. In any case, so she gets pulled into this situation where it turns out the 11 aren't missionaries. They're dino soul saviors who are reincarnated creatures from the past. And when they get excited, either through battle or sexual ideas, they transform into their
primal hunger.
They transform.
But it's not just dinosaurs, because there's a lion in there somewhere, and there's like a giant aquatic one too, and
the giant plesiosaur.
The plesiosaurus,
there's various different kinds of dinosaurs, and they're all very cleverly named. For example, the triplets are called Rap, Tor, and Utah.
Utah, I don't understand where Utah.
Now let me tell you, it took me at least 9 pages to realize those guys were raptors.
No, but isn't it because it's a specific type of raptor? Isn't like a Utah raptor?
It's a Utah raptor.
From Utah. Raptors from Utah.
Yeah, Utah raptor. Yeah, my dinosaur reincarnated name would be like Tashay.
A really tall raptor. Utah raptor?
Utah raptor. Yeah, those raptors stood at 5'6".
That would be too clever, though. That would be way too clever.
In any case, so there's not just dino reincarnation in this story. No. What she also uncovers is a world full of vampires and fairies and demons
and werewolves.
There's so many things. That was another thing. God.
All of the things. And so it turns out that these reincarnated dino spirits are actually trying to save humanity because the Mayan calendar was right. And on December 11, 2011,
December 12th.
December 12, 2012. Sorry, guys, my maths is wrong. The world's going to come to an end, but it's actually this specific group of demons that every, million somewhat years show up on planet Earth, and it's like, oh, hey, it's my turn to try to, fuck shit up. And so Finn, who's the head of the 11, has gathered this group of souls to fight these bad guys. And so there's, one specific way to defeat each bad guy, and they can't kill them. They can only send them back into the infinite unknown.
Yeah, they just banish them.
They just banish them because the author needs to be able to write more books. And if you kill your bad guys, eventually you run out of bad guys. So why not just have bad guys that can keep
Also, they're
back?
called Gods of the Night. They're immortal. They're immortal, so...
Yeah, it's the Gods of the Night versus the 11.
But they do paperwork, by the way, I noticed.
Yeah.
If you're going to join them, you have to fill out a form.
No, yeah, they're responsible. There's a protocol to it. It's actually pretty, it's an organized system. But yeah.
It's number 8.
Who?
The bad guy in this one is number 8.
He's number 8, also known as Spike.
No, Steak.
Oh, it's Steak. I didn't remember Steak. I remembered him as Spike.
That's why I called him.
It makes sense.
I call him Steak.
Okay. All right. So that's
Steak
basically.
Painter.
Yeah, that's basically the summary, is that this group is fighting this one main big bad who is trying to get all the vampires and other demons and stuff to join him and do his dirty work because he can't directly kill anybody. And so it's the job of the 11 and Jenna to destroy this group, to banish them. And Jenna is somehow involved in this fantasy, in a vision that Finn had. And she's somehow involved with how they get rid of the bad guys. And so they're trying to figure out how to make it happen.
Do they get rid of the bad guys in this book or not?
This bad guy?
Yes. This specific bad guy does indeed meet his...
But the books keep going because there's always that. That's like I was telling you before you got here, Sarah. It's just the series is going to go on forever because they're just going to keep... Well, at least until December.
Purely for readers everywhere hope that it does.
Exactly. And I don't know if you want, I did a quick character description, so, because Sarah probably already read about most of the characters that I described, but I thought it'd be funny, if you guys want to hear them.
No. You do. I'm looking forward to this.
Alright, so it's super quick. It's Al, because he's an Allosaurus, you guys. He's an Allosaurus.
You guys have a picture. I sent you a picture of what Allosaurus looks like.
So
wait, I haven't seen this picture.
Okay, let me get it for you.
Where?
Kristina will find it and send it. I googled it too. I kept confusing him with what a T-Rex looked like, and then eventually I just pictured him as the bad guy from the second Jurassic Park movie, the one that was bred to be bigger than the T-Rex, even though I think he's supposed to be smaller. I don't know.
I didn't Google it. I didn't have time to Google it. I also just didn't care. But
all right. So
here, I'll just Google Allosaurus.
Did you send it to me, Kristina? Do I have to Google it?
No, I'm doing it.
So basically, for Al the Allosaurus, I
You
wrote
took too long. I found it.
Now your candy's gone. Ba-dow.
It does look like a. It does look like a T-Rex.
Right? It's supposed to be kind of like, yeah. It's like your bargain brand T-Rex. It's like the
Kind of spiky.
it's great value T-Rex.
Okay.
So I wrote that the Allosaurus.
Oh, I have a chart for the sizes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I saw the chart too, but I couldn't zoom in, so I was just like, I wrote he is the reincarnated soul of a dinosaur, and he's basically Cocoam from Pocahontas.
Oh my gosh, you're totally right.
Oh my god.
Because
He is a big fat baby. That is so dope.
he's basically Cocoam. He has his hair in a braid every day because his hair is long and silky and reaches to his waist, and then he undoes it so that it's loose when he's hunting, which is like the worst time for you to have your hair flowing in the wind.
Right? I never understood that. I was like, that's when you would want to pull it back.
Exactly.
But then he like uses it as
Guys, he's that hardcore. He has to.
and Jenna's like, I love your hair. Leave it loose all the time. And he's like, well, does that mean I'm going to be hunting you? And she's like, oh.
Hit her better. But then he also uses it as a sexual tool because he's like,
Okay, but I don't think that logic was a big part of this author's research.
Not at all.
When
Not at all.
he turns into a dinosaur, he doesn't have the hair anymore, and I was disappointed that they didn't have their feathers, because you know, they're supposed to have their feathers. Like dinosaurs are supposed to have feathers now, so
At least the hair would have made sense, but
right, it
who
would have
knows?
made a lot of sense because you know, they're all feathered. They have like this, they're like chickens.
Yeah. Yes. For Jenna, I put main bitch. No actual redeeming qualities. Hates the English language and feminism.
My goodness, she's supposed to be like, she's supposed to come in and be this, you know,
Badass.
she's supposed to be a tough guy. That's why
Working
she's
woman.
That's why Al is supposed to like her, but really, she does not bring anything to the table except.
Okay.
She vomits 3 times and faints.
But that's another characteristic that I'm seeing about these female characters in romance novels is that they're they're presented as this tough character, this resilient character, but in reality, when we hear their inner dialogue and with the things they do, they're
useless.
they're weak and useless, and that's why the man who can't make up his mind always gets with them in the end, because if they really were a strong woman, they'd be like, I want a man who knows what he wants. Okay, see you later.
Also, you know what? In every single book that we've read so far, well, except for Taken by the T-Rex, because that one doesn't count. But in all the novels, like the one moment where the guy is like, "Oh my God, I love you and I want to be with you forever," is when he like fears for the girl's life. Like in every single book, it's like that one moment when they're like, "She might die. Oh no, she's my soulmate," or in this case, just mate. Because
like in every
dinosaurs.
Like in genre, there's like tropes, and these are all like these are all like the very similar tropes that you're gonna find in romance, and some of them do it really well. Some of them it's like, of course you knew it was gonna happen, but it just happened so well because the story was really interesting. But then that's the thing, that there were so many characters I couldn't really connect to anybody, and it was not very likable, and so. You know, I don't mind reading it. But at the same time, if the character's just not likable, then I'm just I don't really.
And
care.
I thought Al was just like a little repetitive. Like I swear, every 2 pages he's like, "Oh, I have this rage and need to kill," and I'm like, "All right, can you like think about anything else?"
Yeah, and for Jenna,
drink your coffee, dude.
For Jenna, literally, and I highlighted this. The author used the same sequence of sentences in a row 3 different times. I didn't want to be a failure, so I chose to be an English major because you like whatever. It's not a big deal thing to study.
Yes.
I didn't.
Great. I'm like, why are people shitting on the English major? Just because you have an English, not everyone who has an English major is like aimless. Come on.
Exactly.
English major, right?
English major.
We're all English majors up to a different degree, and that's really insulting.
You know what I thought was really weird though is the fact that like literally everything that she goes through in the book is exactly what her sister went through in the book, but at no point in time does she like go talk to her sister and say, "Hey, I kind of like this dude. Hey, I slept with this dude. Hey, I think I'm falling in love with this dude.
Yeah,
Hey, what is this mating ritual shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, she comes back to rescue her sister, but then like talks to her twice. Like,
No.
Right, but she keeps saying that her sister's like everything, and I'm like, but you haven't talked to her about anything. Your sister doesn't even know that you're like dating this other dinosaur.
I actually wrote a question for later that having to do with the lack of women in this supposed love story, and the sort of play that they had with the two women that are supposed to be the good guys, and the two women that are supposed to be sort of bad or questionable. Oh. Because I was describing Faith, and I'm like, well, Jenna's better sister, literally smarter, funnier, and nicer. Saved the world last week. Only this Jean. Huh? Kelly? Oh, I forgot her name. I don't know. I'm just.
Faith.
I'm substituting because I literally remembered Steak's name as Spike. Because I was like, he could be Spike from Buffy, but he's not because he's lame.
Yeah, he's super lame.
The
only thing you need to know about him, Sarah, is that he was a huge cliche. He was like,
yes.
Evil for the sake of.
Well,
being
I read about his recruitment
voice
meeting, and I just
what?
His real name was number 8, or what was his real name?
He names himself Spike.
They don't
because
know
you don't
my
know.
real name.
But Spike
But
isn't his real name
never
either.
know my number 8.
No, he calls himself Steak because he's got a steak in every.
Yeah, that's what I read.
So
And then he's like,
stupid.
make sure you fill out this paperwork, but I can tell if you're really in with your handshake. Like, sign the dotted line.
You know what? Say what you will about 8. I really enjoyed the fact that he liked to paint all of his like corpses, and that he had a fucking seagull in a cage.
Talisman.
So confused because he's like watching all these people fight and they're ripping each other's heads off, and he's like, I'm gonna sit down and draw a picture of this.
And Sarah, the last thing he says, Sarah, the last thing he says, like when he's getting killed, when he's getting killed, like his very last words are literally just like, free my seagull that he had in a cage.
Free bird! Free bird!
I wish I could draw this.
Well, he drew stuff because he wasn't allowed by the laws of the gods to directly cause harm to any human, to anyone. He couldn't directly hurt anybody, so he could only orchestrate their damage. And so he was an artistic soul, and he's like, this is how I can participate in it because I can't touch anyone.
He loved the ocean.
He loved the sea.
Sorry that I'm being too loud. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's not true. It's me. I was yelling about seagulls. He's like.
Also,
about the bad guys is that there's a specific way that there's a specific way that they have to be killed.
Yes.
And they have to be killed in a specific way. Finn has a vision of someone, and then he reveals it's Jenna, right? Ringing a bell, and that's how they're gonna kill 8. The same
and this
way
is repeated a lot.
And Jon Snow's the only one who can do it.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
God damn it.
I'm
Sorry, Andrea, we're done.
Don't worry about it. Earlier we were talking about other characters from Game of Thrones.
Tyrion Lannister. Whoop whoop. Oh, by the way, I started nicknaming the raptors Huey, Louie, and Dewey, but a million years ago. Because they're birds, you get it? Evolution. Evolution, you guys. Alright, so because we've already basically explained that Jenna is useless and Kelly is a little less useless, I don't know if you got to this part, Sarah, but there's 2 other sort of main women that get featured. There's the Vampire Queen, who is like portrayed. She's basically a character from True Blood. She is the like controller or the queen. She's the queen of 10 states, and the way the vampires divide is they each control 10 states. And so she gets brought in because the bad guys are trying to get the vampires to participate in this, and she wants the dinosaurs to give her a better offer. She's like, I'm getting some good deals over here. What do you guys have to put on the table? And, of course, at one point when the discussions are happening, she's like, I want you to give me your girlfriend. Simple, good faith. Just leave her here. It'll be fine. I'm totally I'm totally not gonna do anything to her. She's fine. You're totally gonna be fine. And anytime anyone looks at Jenna, Al is like, like,
and he goes ballistic. He goes ballistic. He does the thing that Christian Grey does, where he just kind of he gets upset and he does the thing. He goes like
this face.
And on the inside, well, no, he's more aggressive than that. He like starts clenching his fist and like breathing hard, and Jenna's like, calm down.
Like he literally growls at people. He growls at them.
Jenna is not even calm the fuck down. Jenna's like, oh, what's happening over here?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Because Jenna's like, oh my gosh, you're so sexy. But I'm with the Allosaurus. And then she's like, oh my god, you're so sexy too. But I'm with the
Allosaurus. Oh my god, Faye Prince, who's made up of like green material and purple hair. I'ma fuck you right now.
Yeah, that guy was apparently that guy was like, if all of the 11 were really, really good looking, then the Faye Prince was like
panty popping hot.
Because this Fae Prince, Sarah, basically made everyone around him have sexual urges. Like, that was just part of his personality. Like, it wasn't that he was trying to get them to have sex with him. It's just that literally anybody who stood near him would get urges. And if he said your name, it's like, boom, you're done. He would, like, bang him on the spot.
Well, he'd be like, hey, guys, who wants to go get some donuts? And everyone just takes their underwear off. He's like, damn it, guys, I just want to go get some snacks. What's happening? Jerry, what are you doing? Oh, God, Jerry, no.
I can totally see that.
Until at one point he takes off his cloak and he has all these weird sores all over his body, and he's like, there's a price for power.
And then Jenna's like, L.
Ew, my boner's gone. My boner's gone.
No, but at this point, she's already kind of like, that is the gist of the plot, isn't it? It was like a crazy, convoluted episode of True Blood, but with like dinosaurs.
I'm telling you, dinosaur Sailor Moon.
Yeah, but at least True Blood has Eric Northman. Jesus Christ, I think that's what they were trying to have Finn be, but he failed.
Yeah, he was not that. I thought he was interesting. He was one of the more compelling characters because you never knew what was going on.
Oh, my question is, who's this Finn's brother guy?
They never explain. Really.
Sauron.
He's like, I'm not supporting you guys. I'm gonna go talk to these other people.
No, they never explain. That's basically
he's probably a principal character in another book, in another one of the series.
Even in the end, he talks to Zero, who's like another bad guy, who's just the overlord, and he's just like, I'm not good, I'm not bad, I'm gonna be over here eating the sandwich.
I'm just another male character who can't make up my mind.
Exactly. And I described Finn as the reincarnation of space, time, or Jesus.
Yeah, that works.
Motherfucker has way too many powers. He can read people's minds.
Yes.
He can create force fields, destroy force fields, gather people's souls, bring them back from the dead, save them, have psychic visions.
Not like the save as soul. Like one of the raptors dies, and you want me to say
I'm not gonna finish it
because if I wait any longer, it's gonna go away, and I won't be able to get it back.
And everyone's like, what?
Sure, save it. So he's like, done.
And he can also erase people's minds.
Yeah. Yes. He's like,
Tashay, what?
I'm eating my pickle. Sorry.
So yeah, he is really powerful. But also it's all super annoying because he knows what everyone's thinking all at the same time, and so whenever Al, dip into the romance.
Yeah. Whenever Al is wanting to try to fuck what's her face, Finn's just like, hey guys, quick meeting over here.
Yeah, he was a huge. I don't know because that's
cock block. He's a giant cock block.
No, but he waited until they were done though.
He totally knew though. At first he warned him. He says, be careful because Kelly and Ty for Tyrannosaurus. This thing happened with them.
And now they got married.
Yeah. Also, so the reason that Al ends up with Jenna is because he's too angry. He's too angry to fight with the rest of the oven, and so he's kind of like babysits her, and that's how they end up having their thing, their connection.
Which makes me wonder if anyone else had a little tit fit, like if one of the raptors had been like, I don't want to stay in the house. I want to fight 'cause I'm angry. If Finn would have been like, you gotta babysit this bitch because we have other things to do, and then she'd be like, he's so sexual. Ooh.
But it would have happened. That was one of the problems, that they were all really interchangeable. The only one who had a really discerning personality was Finn, because he was so ambiguous. Everybody else, you could have switched their names, and it wouldn't have changed anything about the character, except maybe for Al, who was really angry, and that's the only important thing about him.
And Ty, because he was married.
That's one of the things that really like turned me off of the book, was that there were so many characters.
Yeah.
And
It's
so many powers.
Detriment.
And they all have the same powers, but yet they're different types of species, and it's like, let me just throw a vampire in there. Let me just throw I don't even know, a soulless
Platypus
person in there.
monster. Woo.
Who are people? You know, and I'm like, you can
Animorphs, gather.
Totally did.
Yes. I love those books, by the way.
Come on.
We have them in the library. It's
Fuck
cool.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what Animorphs are? Do you know what Animorphs are?
I read the whole series, and also, did you know? No, the book that I sent you, the one that I did my teacher guide on, is a final project for Children's Lit, The One and Only Ivan. That's by the same author, and she won the Newbery for that book.
Ooh.
But it's like nothing. It's like a classic children's book that will be read like 50 years from now. Like it won a fucking Newbery. It's like
I started with that, and then I would have
That's amazing.
One and Only Ivan up my list just because she was the Animorphs.
Yeah.
Well, I was looking
Who's
at
your
it.
favorite Animorph?
What?
Who's your favorite Animorph?
Who's my
The
favorite?
hawk, obviously. Wasn't his
No.
name Jacob?
Tobias the Hawk, Tobias.
The black girl. I liked her a lot. The black girl. I don't know. The black girl. The white guy falls in love with, and they never tell each other anything. That girl. I liked her a lot. I had the books. Remember that the books had the, they had
Holographs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Page
really
numbers.
remember which one I liked the most, but wasn't there a wolf?
Maybe. Probably.
They could absorb DNA from
God, I
animal.
wanted to be an Animorph. Fuck.
I read them all when I was little, but I don't remember.
Right. I only remember
Dolphin.
never told her how much he. Animorphs was a better romance than this, guys. Let's just
Dude.
be honest.
Still a better love story than Twilight.
Romance than
Google Hangout to talk about eternal cravings, and we end up talking about
Animorphs. Okay, re-segue. Because we were talking about why they had so many characters and how that made it really hard. Considering that this was supposed to be a story about a female character being the one who would be saving the world, there were only 4 women who I remember, and it's the vampire, bad woman, her daughter, who is an undecided good or bad character, Jenna, who's stupid, and Faith, who is a background character who did something important a book ago.
Her name's not Faith. I didn't read the book. I know
sorry.
that.
No, and
Kelly.
there's also the queen
Kelly.
of the werewolves.
But
The
she's
pack leader
not.
of the werewolves.
Yeah.
See,
But
God,
she's not
werewolves,
really-
vampires.
And they were like,
Weird.
what? A woman can't be leader of the pack? And she's like, yeah, she can if she fucking, like, eats all the werewolves
Yeah.
who try to, like, fight with her. But that's all she says, and then she's like,
Exactly. She gets like one line. So
Yeah.
my major issue is that, spoiler alert,
It's
Jenna
okay.
doesn't save the world.
Spoiler alert.
Jenna doesn't save the world. She's not even the one who ends up ringing the bell to get rid of the bad guys. She tells one of the raptors to do it as justice for his brother that got killed.
Yeah.
So not only
That was bullshit.
was that was bullshit because it didn't go with the vision per se, and it took away all of her usefulness because then she completely serves no purpose to the story.
nuh-uh, because she's the one who Googled where the bells were.
I swear to God.
So
The one
I
girl with
also-
a laptop, I swear.
I also keep thinking that this story is literally from like 1984 because of how underdeveloped it is. Sorry. I know that
It's
that doesn't
not.
have anything to do with it, but I keep thinking that's from a long time ago.
You're totally
And
right. She's supposed to be a reporter, and I would imagine that,
Bitch would have contacts.
she would start some sort of investigative route. But it's like I said, I read it off like we were off air, and on my phone, that's where I was reading it, on page 800 of 890 something, like 800 pages worth of iPhone book. That's when she says, "Oh, let me Google bells in Philadelphia."
And also
Like,
the entire
girl, you don't have skills.
And the entire time she was saying, I'm going to write this story, I'm going to write this story, I should do
I didn't see her
research
write
on
down-
this.
I didn't see her write down anything.
She didn't do shit. And then with all of the male characters who are so effing prominent, they decide to take the sparse amount of women there and take the two who are most active characters who are doing things and turn them into just villains. Bad guys.
They're bad guys. Or ambiguous. Basically
ambiguous. Exactly, ambiguous or evil. The two most powerful female characters who lead states or who are going to lead the vampires are the bad guys. And then the two women who have to be, like, carted around and protected and taken care of are supposed to be our heroes.
Yeah.
That pissed me
You
off.
know what I think? I think maybe the women who really read this and really connect to this type of thing are the maybe less independent type.
That's a good way to put it.
Still,
I don't
it's like,
want to be insulting. I don't want to, that's not. But there are less independent women and there are more independent women. There are women who still think they need the protection of a man and there are some women who don't. And I just feel like it's hard for us to relate to the characters because we're not that type of women.
which
I mean, okay, I'm not that type of woman, but if vampires and werewolves are coming at me, I want the dinosaur on my
know. Like, you get what I'm saying, though. Like, I'm pretty sure that you're not, like, standing at your door, Andrea, with a candle being like,
I think maybe what you're saying is that we weren't.
the vampires are coming, please protect me, Stone.
But then again, this book, we weren't the
I don't
target
want
people.
my vegan blood.
But then again, it was a book about shape-shifting dinosaurs. That's a thing. Like when I would tell people, and that's why I think I enjoyed reading it because it was a fun ride. It was like it was so stupid up to a point that
No. Anyone who I told that I was reading a book about men who had souls of dinosaurs and who needed to like hunt, kill, and have like primal sex, they were like, "Whoa."
what?
I remember I told you guys that the bartender was like, "Well, what happens?" Let me finish it, and I'll tell you what happens right now. I told him the entire plot, and he was like, "That sounds interesting." And I'm like, "Well, more power to you," you know. And
Maybe he's a shapeshifter and you just don't know it.
maybe
Well,
he does have a long ponytail. Like he's got. You know what I'm talking about, Sarah?
Yeah, I know. I've seen him.
Maybe he is. Maybe he could. Maybe he's the target audience.
Maybe he is. I mean, I understand
You need to get on that.
I understand our not being the target audience, and like maybe there are women out there who, you know, just have a different kind of access to power or have a different first
Or
instinct.
no access to
like-
power.
Yeah, have a different like instinct when it comes to these kinds of situations, but you would think that the end goal of the book would be to empower the like characters.
By the way,
Get-
Kristina has been frozen for like.
Yeah, she's doing this.
No, but you know what I think happens? I think that sometimes the pictures at the bottom freeze. Although Kristina's frozen right now, like this.
Yeah.
But Andrea's
Like this.
never frozen.
Sassy
And then
mouth
once Tashay was frozen like this, and this was my favorite part. It's when you were laughing about something, and it was literally like this.
face. That's my rap.
Wait, I've never gotten frozen.
Kristina, are you there?
Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret. God damn it. I mean, she looked cute.
I mean, I'm gonna send her a message and be like,
Yeah, text her just because I'm on my phone literally right now. So oh, she left the call. She'll come back in a sec. There you go.
okay.
Her phone probably froze or her computer froze or something. There
What
you
happened?
are. You
You
froze doing this.
froze.
I don't know what happened. I don't know.
You
It
froze.
was just like everything stopped.
We were very concerned that the shapeshifter had showed up at your door. I was on my
I thought
way
it was
over. I had my keys in my hand, and I was.
Are you the real
No, no.
Kristina?
Yes, I am the real Kristina.
What is something
Oh.
only the real Kristina would know?
Peter Dinklage has a normal-sized penis.
You've passed the test.
And what else did we learn about him today? Thank you.
He's a vegan.
Who's a vegan?
Peter Dinklage.
I don't know who that is.
Tyrion Lannister.
Tyrion
No wonder he's so beautiful. Oh my god. Oh, sorry. This is totally off subject. But so last night we went to see a movie in Fine Arts, right? And Kit Harington is in a new movie about a love story, a romantic.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Period film about this guy who wants to war, whatever. And as soon as it came on the screen, I said a little too loud in the theater, "He's alive!" And Watts was like elbowing me, and I was like, sorry.
Everyone else in the theater who hasn't seen the season finale yet was like, no! Oh, spoiler alert!
There he is!
Sorry,
shit.
people who might be
Sorry,
watching
people
this
who
who
forgot
watch
that we
Game of
were live.
Thrones.
Kristina, put in the note, if you watch Game of Thrones, do not watch minutes 36 to 45.
Skip this chunk of time.
Okay, so, like, since we're going off topic, let's just kind of, like, wrap it up.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, we need to talk about the most important parts, which is basically the reason this book was written. And it was for the sex. This book was written because she needed a story to put around, right?
Yeah.
Put around that scene. I think that, the power that I do like that power that he's got. That's what I said.
Oh, okay.
What's the power?
Let's explain to Sarah. Sarah, basically, when dinosaurs get really horny, they cast a sex aura. And the sex aura can be directed.
They spray their soap.
Yeah, but it's like, magical light energy, but you can't see it, you just feel it. It's like
it's called broadcasting.
That happens.
It's called broadcasting
too, by the way. And it's not for mating though, it's to bite you. You give off a smell and they come to you. I know a lot about mosquitoes, so if you ever need anything.
That makes sense because mosquitoes are dinosaurs.
So,
just a reminder, guys.
Basically,
you did learn something from this book. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yay! Basically, the dinosaur aura is like walking into a room that has a fresh pizza. Like, it hits you.
Oh my god, yes!
It hits you in the face, and it's like smell and it's taste, and you can taste it even though you can't have it in your mouth, and you like see it, but it's not there. Like, the pizza's there, but you can't see it. That's what it is with his dick. Like, she gets near him, and she can't see his dick, and she can't touch his dick.
It's like a phantom limb. Like, at one point, she starts feeling, like, how incredibly, like, turned on he is and how, like, painful that must be for him. And it literally hurts her, even though she has, like, no penis, because she feels how much his penis is aching for her.
She's like Will from Hanniball. And that she empathizes with his...
She empathizes with his blue balls.
Okay,
she empathizes with his blue balls to such a degree where she feels it too, because he has not had sex in 60 million years.
And even then, it was just, as he says, to scratch an itch. Just like, I need to spread my seed.
What's this dinosaur?
What's this tree doing here? Hey, tree. Hey, like that was his deal.
No, after they have sex for the second time, he's like, oh my god. I've never made love before, and I was like, what? Like, because it wasn't even, like, it was just as, like, violent and, like, non-foreplay and, like, whatever as the first time, but he's like, whoa, we made...
Here's
my... souls touched.
Dude, let's... Oh, my God. Okay, first of all, she kept calling it making love the entire time, which, can you get more cliched? She's like, I make love.
Okay, but let's talk about this, because the woman, the emotionally attached, needy woman, calls it making love.
Yeah.
And the dude is like, I just want to scratch it.
Let's fuck.
No, but he doesn't call it making love.
Stereotype.
He calls it making love. He just realizes it later.
To humor her.
It wasn't making love anyways, guys.
No, and you know what? I thought the sex was going to be a lot rougher, because he's like, dinosaur rage.
Right?
Pent up dinosaur rage.
It was pretty vanilla.
So
it was vanilla. It was in that, the first time it happens, it was in that mattress spot. The roof mattress?
Yeah, roof mattress.
They all go to become dinosaurs, and, that's where they probably go to
Jizzify.
And yeah, it was just really like
Am
was
I
not.
out of
I
love?
mean, they make
I'm
it sound
so
like
lost without
carnal,
I know
it's
you.
carnal craving, but it wasn't. They just didn't want
Honestly,
to.
it made me think that it was like rough sex for people who don't have rough sex.
Yeah.
Yes. It was the equivalent of what rough sex was in 50 Shades of Grey, where it's like
It was probably just vigorous. Like they were just both like really, really into it, and it was vigorous where it needed to be vigorous, but that's it. It wasn't like.
I'm just saying.
By the
if
way,
I'm
Kristina, you need to send that tweet thing to everybody so they can read it.
Oh, I will. The L. James thing.
Yeah.
oh, the Q&A thing.
Yeah.
I saw that. But if I'm a dinosaur and I haven't had sex in like forever, at least smack her on the ass. At least smack her on the ass. Give her
He
an
didn't
ass
even
smack.
give her foreplay. That was Andrea's beef. That he didn't even go down.
No. It's not that there wasn't any, because like whatever, like you can have like a rough quickie and just like get down to it or whatever. It's the fact that she literally in her mind goes like, this is so hot that I don't care that it's like just going right at it or whatever. Like she immediately okays the fact that he doesn't put in any effort in like trying to get her in the mood, and he basically just like takes her or whatever. And then on top of that, she makes this whole like fantasy thing about like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna like give you pleasure and it's gonna be like the best thing ever. But again, like zero mention of like her getting any pleasure.
Yeah, exactly. And at one point she says, nowadays women do this.
Women take control. Women do this for themselves. Women can have a hand in how they have their sex happen.
Right, that was what bothered me. That was what bothered me, was like her attitude was like, this is what like empowered women do to enjoy sex, and
it's like, no.
I'm an empowered woman.
I'm so empowered, you guys. I'm so empowered.
I'm an empowered woman. Now you're going to lie down and let me suck your dick, and you're not going to give me any head. And that's definitely how women do it in 2012. You're going to sit there, and I'm going to suck this dick, and you're not going to make eye contact, and then we're not going to talk about it afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tashay, but it is so funny because it's like, I can see your nose and your eyes, but I cannot see your mouth. And so it's like, your nose and your eyes are talking, and I can see just like your and it's like you're attacking.
That's how angry I am.
It was awkward. The second time, this is controversial. I was talking with this.
Oh my god!
It happened. Yes. The second time they do the nasty, or this is like they're making love. This is like when they,
just escape death.
Yeah, yes. No, but they didn't know that the fight was over yet. It was in the middle of the.
There's a giant showdown happening. People have died. He bumps into her in this other room, and she's like, "Oh my God, you're alive!"
Whoa,
and he's just
pause. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But the first time he goes to have sex with her, do you remember what he's wearing? He shows up with jeans, and that's all he's wearing, or
no shirt, jeans and no shirt.
So basically, the wolves from Twilight, jeans, no shirt.
Cocoam. He is Cocoam.
Cocoam. He's Cocoam.
Oh.
I met Cocoam.
And his hair's loose.
I met Cocoam at Comic-Con.
Aw. Well, his hair's loose, and she's like, it's hunting time.
Is it? Yeah, she says, is it hunting time? And then they go to the thing. He shows up. They're like, girl.
He's not wearing any underwear.
Yeah,
he's
never.
Commando too.
He's never wearing any underwear.
He must have used Cottonelle.
So the second time they do it, it's in the middle of the big showdown, and it's in this place where the walls are too thin to support their rough.
It's a tea house. It's a wooden tea house.
They're in a museum, Sarah, and so they're in the tea room, and they just had like this giant battle, and so Al killed a bunch of people, and then he's like, all right, I did my part in the battle, goes and finds her in the little tea room, and then they start having sex while they don't know if like the battle is still going on, if people are dead. He's just like, I killed like lo que me tocaba, now I'm gonna go have sex with you.
Al's like, ooh, you're still alive? Yes. Let's do this.
That he is a dinosaur that way. He's definitely a dinosaur that way.
Woo, okay. You're still alive. Let's make love again.
Yeah, and then the most important thing is that it's revealed to Jenna that in order for her and Al to be truly connected, they have to do like this ritual that is called the soul walk, which is like she has to at a point the second time that they're making the he says the most awkward thing. He's like, touch me, and she's like, what? And then
touch me, and she's like, your dick is right here. I'm doing it.
I'm confused. That was the only moment where I genuinely had the same reaction where she's like, what are you talking about? We're like in the middle of this. I'm looking up
like I don't understand. Like
what do you
mean? I'm touching you.
Well, they set it up because the first time they have sex, she's like, I reached for something and I like almost got there, but not quite. And you're like, I'm confused because you orgasmed, so that's not what you're talking about. But then like this time she reached, and then their souls like touched, and they like, and he fucking stole a piece of her soul to keep, and did not tell her, which I think is just like
rude.
Rude. Like that piece of soul back. Thank you very much. Like, who told you could touch my soul? I didn't even know we could do that. But anyway, in order for Jenna and Al to become truly mated, she has to walk into his soul. Like, he becomes, like, when he transforms into the Allosaurus, he is there, but he's kind of like gossamer-ish. He's like semi-transparent.
He's kind of almost
the outline of the human inside of him. And she's got to, basically, the thing is, she's got to walk into his soul, experience him truly experience him, and the result, if she can like live through that soul walk, then she becomes immortal, and then he's still immortal, but he becomes more human, and then so they mate. Like
they become mates for like forever. Like there's no divorce here. It's like always.
It's like a parrot. A parrot mates with one and stays with one.
Yeah, except parrots don't like walk into each other.
Yeah. They imprint on each other.
Yeah. And the thing is
that how things work that you should listen to.
They make it sound like it's horrible, but when it happens, it's like, I could have done that.
Yeah. She basically Polly Pockets him. He like opens up, she walks inside, she takes a little tour, and then she gets out, and the Polly Pocket closes, and that's it.
But it's like those really fancy Polly Pockets that have the different rooms, and you would like turn a little crank.
She goes
up. The crystal ball, and that thing opened like this and like this and like that. It was
So it's that, and then she's just like boop a doop a doop boop, elevator ride, boop a doop. Oh God, what's happening here?
This is scary. It's over. Okay, we're mated for life.
And then you're like, shit, poor family. Like they just lost 2 daughters to dinosaurs. Like, how do you deal with that?
No, because you know what's going to happen? Yeah. One of the dinosaurs is going to be gay, and another dinosaur is going to hook up with their mom, and the other one's going to hook up with their dad, and then all of them are going to save the world and all be immortal.
Ew!
It's this family. Ew. It's this specific family. It's their gene pool.
Right. So, okay, well, that's eternal cravings, and that I guess it's called that because he never stopped wanting to be a dinosaur. He always wanted to go back to being an Allosaurus, and that's what he resented most. That was his character thing. He resented that he couldn't be a dinosaur anymore, and now that he's mated with Jenna, well, he doesn't have to.
I thought he always just wanted to bang, but he couldn't.
No.
I thought it was like his primal need.
Yeah.
For eternally craving battle, because they were always like, I need to kill something.
Yeah. I need to drive a car. I need to fight. I need to mate.
He's a soul man.
So I would have given it 2.5 stars, but Goodreads doesn't give it like half stars, so I just had to give it 2 because I could not justify giving this 3 stars. But I enjoyed it, and it got one person interested in reading romance. That was I think Angela, and then the other 2 people from the bar were like, you should come back. Just come back and tell us what you're reading. So hey, it was worth it. It was cool.
It really made me want to like pick like what my dinosaur persona.
Go get my charger, guys.
What would it be? That's what I was gonna ask.
I don't know that many dinosaurs.
Triceratops.
I got it, Sarah.
Sarah.
Oh,
we got it.
That's original, isn't it?
I like it. That's cute, Sarah. I like it, Sarah. I'd be a velociraptor because it's the smallest out of all the
Oh my
dinosaurs
gosh,
there.
that's what I was thinking for you earlier. Like you were doing some sort of like thing, and I was like, man, she looks like a raptor, but then I didn't say it.
If you're smallest, then you have to be like those really terrifying little ones that are in the beginning of Jurassic Park 2. The ones that hunt in a pack and they kill the
little birds, the ones who are like.
Yeah, she's like, oh, they're so cute. They're so cute. Ah!
I like those, and I also like the one that's like, oh hey guys, what's up? Did you eat my last slice of pizza? Did you eat my last slice of pizza?
You describing the sex blast, like the pizza smell, really made me like I enjoyed it, but now I'm like super enjoying imagining that. Just like there's pizza somewhere.
I can't see it, and I can't taste it.
I don't know.
But I know it's here, and I want it inside me.
So Sarah's a triceratops. I want to write this down. Sarah's a triceratops. Tashay, let's just say you're a raptor because I don't get it.
Yay! They're my favorite, and I get to have sex with Chris Pratt.
Man, I don't know what dinosaur I'd be.
I don't know either.
You're a pterodactyl.
You gotta be a smart
Christina.
one.
Andrea would be a pterodactyl?
No, wait. I have to be an herbivore.
I could see Kristina being a pterodactyl, and then I could see Andrea being like a more aquatic type
Brontosaurus
dinosaur.
A plesiosaur.
What's Ducky?
Brontosaurus.
No. What's Ducky in the dinosaur before time? What's Ducky?
I'm looking. I'm checking.
Do we know?
Ducky is a triceratops.
No.
No.
The squeaky one.
Oh no. The retard. Back there.
Oh, she just has a squeaky voice. She's also very young.
I thought you were talking about the one that's like.
That's Spike.
This one.
Spike. Okay, yeah.
Spike is a triceratops.
Spike is a triceratops. No. Ducky is that one. Ducky is the one with the pompadour.
She's got like a little ridge. And she's like light.
She's a vegetarian. Did you know that I'm about to take the happiness of this down 3 or 4 notches.
Oh yeah. I know about that.
The voice of that character died when she was like 12.
Yeah.
Or younger.
In horrific circumstances.
What happened?
No,
I didn't read what happened. Sorry guys.
This might be too sad for on air.
Parasaur. What's that? A parasaur? Andrew told me a parasaur or something. Is that what Ducky is?
That's not.
Well,
right.
I just need to be.
Dispute over what type of over what type. Parasaurolophus.
I'm gonna say parasaur.
You're an umbrella saur.
Parasaurolophus.
Is that one an herbivore?
Yeah. That's the one that...
Yeah!
What is it called again? I'm going to look it up.
Names are... None of them are...
Parasaurolophus.
Carnivores.
Parasaurolophus.
Found it.
She's a vegan saur. There's no cheese back then anyway.
It was an herbivore, and I can walk on 2 or 4 legs. That's kind of like me.
That's good.
Super Andrea.
Oh no, Spike is a Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus.
Sarah is the Triceratops.
Yeah.
These are original dino names.
Okay. So.
Guys, yeah.
What?
Apparently this is what I sounded like. Wait, it's not. It's a YouTube thing.
Oh, so cute. Oh, I thought it was going to be her voice.
No, I thought it was going to be my voice too. This is lame. This is not a true dinosaur sound audio clip.
No, you know what Kristina could be? Kristina could be that dinosaur that attacks the chubby dude in the first Jurassic Park where the net goes out like this. Yeah,
that one.
You know, her hair's sometimes like this.
Spinosaurus Rex.
Yeah, the one that spits tobacco like a grasshopper. That's what I used to say.
Yo, you know what? That is Kristina because she does that thing where she flicks her tongue and shoots spit at you.
Oh!
Yeah, you click. Exactly.
No, that's really
Sorry,
nice.
Kristina. I'm sorry. You can be the flying one.
Whatever. Okay.
Pterodactyl.
So I
even
give
though
it
that's
2
not their
stars.
name.
Tashay, what did you give it? I know you gave it 2 stars. I like it.
I gave it 2 stars. I couldn't get over the shitting on English majors.
No, that really hurt. We're all English majors, and it's like, fuck you, Jenna. You're not even that interested.
Also, maybe if you had been an English major, the book would have not had
Been a
so
lot
many
better.
errors.
Better sentence structure. More
What about
logical
you, Andrea?
flow.
Give it that you kind of like binge read it in 2 days.
More logical ideas.
Exactly. Also, Finn is so fucking psychic, but he couldn't. Whatever. I wrote something like, how could he be so psychic but not be able to prevent like all these catastrophes? Like, I feel like if you have these psychic visions, you should get better. You should get better at it, Finn. You can Google the same way Jenna Googled it. Like, motherfucker, you Google some shit. Google it.
He was too good. He was too good for that, though. So there were too many characters. The main characters we didn't care about him too much. The bad guy was a super huge cliche, and it followed the tropes of romance way too closely, even though it was pretty ridiculous. I gotta admit, it was ridiculous, and that saved it from a 1 star because it was like, this is so stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know what the theme of the next month the theme is, but I know the main book. You want to hear the description?
Yes.
Yay.
I need to start today.
Okay, I have the email ready. Look, guys, just bookmark it, okay? Okay, so it's called The Spy Master's Lady, and Spy Master's #1. So it's the beginning. I think the alternate
I feel like I've heard of that.
I've already told you this. I already told you when I was
Maybe
Okay,
there's
let
like
me
a
see if
spy
I
movie coming out. and
Oh,
that's why.
there's a shirtless guy with abs
There's
on
abs on the cover of this one. There's abs on the cover. Let me see
Woo!
if I can get it on there. Dang, no, I don't.
Also, he has one of those flowy white shirts that, like, I dig that.
The Fabio shirt?
Yeah. Okay, so let me read you the description. This is the one I read it before, so I wouldn't have the same taken by the T-Rex moment. So it says, she's braved battlefields, stolen dispatches, played roles from worldly to naive, lady to boy. But Anique Villiers, elusive spy, fox cub, is thrown in prison with British spy. What? What? Okay. But Anique Villiers, the elusive spy, fox cub. That's her spy name, fox cub.
Oh!
Is thrown into prison with British spy master Robert Gray, ordered to enter France and bring her back. Their uneasy alliance holds, but passion builds as they flee. So that's
Okay, so
You know what?
basically,
That's one of
I'm
my
gonna
favorite.
forget something.
That's one of my favorite romance tropes, though. The, like, we hate each other and are in different camps, but these circumstances are making us travel together somewhere to escape something, and then boom, we have sex, and then we still hate each other, and then we disperse, but then we're like, oh, we gotta get back together.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was gonna predict. I predict they get in a cell together, they hate each other, but they can't stand the heat.
Yeah.
And they get out of the cell,
And
still
they
hate
can't
each
get
other.
out of the kitchen.
Because they're in a prison.
I'm going camping. I'm going camping in a week, so is there any stories about sexy camping? Maybe I'll bump into someone in the woods, guys.
This is the cover of the legit abs on the cover. I was sad that there were no dinosaur abs on. I just thought that if she was gonna go hard, she was gonna
Dino abs.
have gone real hard. And yes, I was disappointed that they never had sex with
When he was the dinosaur.
and that she was a human. I thought that was gonna happen. That
I feel
never
like
happened.
she might
I
die.
didn't want him to like be in her or anything, but she could have like poked his peen and been like, "Oh my god, what is this?"
The cloaca. She would have massaged the cloaca.
Ew.
Guys, okay, all right.
All right. So I'm gonna.
All right, this
Holy
is where
cow,
we end the live portion.
$8.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody say goodbye. So that.
Bye, internet.
Bye, internet.
Internet.
Animorphs and Game of Thrones spoilers and dinosaurs, sex, True Blood,
Cocoa.
awkward making Cocoam not wearing a shirt or underpants, but like big jeans. I hope that you enjoyed this book club meeting. And I would like to apologize to Sarah for making her read.
No, not making me read, because by the way, I'm reading The Martian and enjoying it. Okay.
Wait, is it actually good? Because I added it to my list because Ruben, who Tashay is, he's Margaret's husband. Margaret, the girl I was visiting this weekend, who's friends with all of us, and he never reads. And I'm saying this live. He never reads, but he read this book. He read this book.
Read more.
And he loved it so much that he made it his like profile picture, and he's like talking all about it.
It's
so I was
really good.
Shit,
Like,
if this person who never reads is like all about this book, I need to read it.
I read it. I read the book,
Cool.
and then
It's just-
I got the audiobook, and then I listened and read. It was just.
Oh, the audio version of this book is free.
It's called The
Sorry.
Martian.
Yeah,
No.
The Martian, Andy Weir. Read it. It's good. I mean, for every romance we read, I feel like there's a bunch of other things that we could also read.
Also, I read a book called The Fingersmith about this girl who tries
We can
to
go offline if
switch identities,
Right, okay.
and it's sexy. No, I want the world to know this. It's lesy romance. It's like you think it's gonna start off boy girl, but then it's like the girls.
So that's
Like-
what I read.
Like Jane Eyre
Fires of
with the
April.
girl dinosaur.
Complex lady love, guys. Complex lady love.
I read what was it? Fires of the Faithful a few weeks ago, and that was also I was surprised. I was like, whoa, she likes girls, but there's no legit romance there. It's just
No,
By
This
the
one
way,
has legit
Kristina, I do accept any and all books as birthday presents.
no, I've got a
saying.
plan. I've got a plan. It's cool.
Just for the record. Oh, sorry. Never mind. I had nothing to say.
Okay. Anybody want to say anything else to the world to Andrew? Because Amanda went to sleep.
Aw.
Amanda.
Hello, Amanda.
Damn, Amanda.
Sorry we kicked you out, Andrew. But
Sorry,
you had a
Andrew.
penis and not
You're-
a dinosaur one.
Maybe look, Andrew. If you read if you read with us, then you can join us one day.
No,
but-
he can't join us. This is a girly club.
Sorry, you can't.
Okay, let's be real.
Goodbye.